everyone. This is Dr. Eileen Yulin Han, the founder of the Academy of Acupuncture. Today, I'd like to share one of this really fun case that I treated a patient last week. Really beautiful day in San Diego. My patient Linda went on for hikings. At the end of the hiking trail, she sprained her ankle. So today's case study is talking about sprained ankles. And she had such a pain and she couldn't walk. Eventually she got home and she wasn't really remembered to put her feet up until her father says to her, why don't you put your feet up? And she didn't do anything about how to take care of the ankle, no Band-Aid, nothing. So she was just laying there and crying. And Monday, she didn't call the whole day because it's not getting better. She thought it's going to be better. Then turned to red, swollen, and purple on Tuesday. So she called the office, says about the emergency. Then it's already 24 hours and 48 hours. So I say, you got to come in right away so I can treat you for your ankle problems. So you can see that her feet is really swollen, very painful. So the first thing I did is I put her on the table and then I have her foot really high over her heart. The level is over her heart is really, really high. And the first thing I did is I have to palpate where the pain is. Then during the time when I palpate the pain, then I also find out that the pain location, how she sprained her ankle, she going this way. So all this side of the ankle are all purple. So that means including the urinary bladder meridians, gallbladder meridians, and stomach meridians, and also a little bit towards the liver, and almost this whole side of the dorsal side, the yang side of the ankle is all turning purple. So I know what is our meridians that I need to check and I need to figure it out. So during the time that I'm looking for where the most painful place, so I also use this 跌打水. 这个跌打水呢 is really helpful for people who have sprained ankles or strains or muscle aches and arthritis, fingers and hands and knees and pain on the lower back. So I applied this 跌打水 on her ankle. So I tried to also figure out where are the most pain. So then the most pain is, of course, is on GB meridians, gallbladder meridian 40, 41, 42, and also up to GB 39, 38. So the whole thing are not too good. And since I know that, so I applied the 跌打水. I sprayed it on it and I doing a little bit of this toina thing on her and she would just out. So I said, now you know your out means it's really painful. Then I say, I'm going to apply the acupuncture needles on you and then she will know if she improved or not. So before the treatments and after the insertion of the needles, she will understand if she's getting better by using the acupuncture plus the 跌打水with a little toina. Then I apply the needles on the opposite side of her hand because you know the imaging, hand, foot, foot, hand, ankle, wrist, wrist, ankle. I use the system number 1. Why do I use the system number 1? As I explained to you during the class, that is the most easiest way to identify exactly the similarity of the structures. Therefore, I applied it on the small intestine. I applied the needle on sanjiao, and I applied the needle on the large intestine. Also including the wrists, you can see where I applied the needles. Okay, after I apply the needles on the opposite hand, which is the left hand dorsal side, all the yang meridians, from the sanjiao 2 to sanjiao 5, a little bit towards the sanjiao 5 here, 4, 5, 6, sanjiao, and then small intestine and large intestine. Then that is only on the left hand. So I also went on to a seminar with Dr. Yang Weijie. I flew all the way to Melbourne, Australia to join his class for Mastodon's Point class. It's a basic class. At the demonstration, there's a patient went up to ask for Dr. Yang Weijie to needling. Then it was the ankle problem, and he right away applied 小节穴. 小节穴 is on the hand, but it's at the yin side. Yin, which we bring is right here, is right here on this bone. He inserting the needles and angle this way. It's look like the points right here Dr. Tan used for the shoulder pain, but it wasn't that way to put it right here. I think it's 从子从牵. He put the needle right on the joint and inserting it this way, diagonal, goes inside towards the pericardium 7 direction. So I learned it. I haven't applied it on anybody at that time. And since I took the class, I saw how he did it for the clinical practice. And I realized I can just duplicate it. Then I use it since I came back from Australia, and I use that special points for 扣小节穴, and it works beautifully. So what I did is I have this hand with all the yang meridian on the left side because the right ankle is the problem. And then I put the 小节穴 here from here to here. And I ask her, I'm going to apply this 跌打水 again on your ankle. Okay. And then I applied it and I started doing my 推拿. And she started moving her ankle. She was telling me, it doesn't hurt anymore. I say, point your toes and then move your ankle like this and move your ankle like this. So she did a great job on doing so. And she said, there's no more pain. I said, don't forget, you have to put your feet up. Okay, very high. Then after that, she's resting. She knows that after I applied it again on the 跌打水 on her ankle, the pain reduced about 80%. So she's really happy after the needling. So I kept her for 30 minutes. So after care, I told her that you need to get the 跌打水. So every 2 hours, you're going to spray this on the ankle and do a little 推拿about 10 seconds every 2 hours and put your feet up high. And then don't get, because when you are putting this high, the blood will start circulating better because it was purple and swollen. So when she put her feet up, it was really good. That doesn't have that continuous swollen and the continued the aching pain over there. And I told her you also need to take this Flow Plus. This is Sanqi and Dansen mixed together. It's a capsule. Sanqi and Dansen. So Sanqi will be really good for helping the bruises going away. And Dansen will helping the blood flow. So she's taking the herbs and using the 跌打水. And I usually work really late. And that day, and she's the last patient of the day. So after I clean up, and she also done with her 30 minutes treatments, and then we walked downstairs together. She was using the crutches like this. I said, why don't you try walk on your feet? She said, no, it hurts. I said, try it, step on it, see how you feel. And she started step on it. And later you're gonna see the video right now that how happy she is. And she can walk, no problem. After the treatment, a little limping, but if you see how big that ankle is, and then with the result like this, I was cracking up the whole time because usually I work until like 7 p.m. And that day I work until 12. She came in the last patient and I finished up. I walk out, she's right there. And I saw her walking without the crutches, both crutches that she's holding on the hand like this. So this is a little thing that I like to share with everyone. And hopefully you're enjoying it. And then you're going to see all the needles that I'm inserting. But don't forget acupuncture 1, 2, 3. Number 1, the sick meridians. What's being sick is the urinary bladder, gallbladder, and the stomach meridians, also including a little liver. Therefore, then I use the opposite side. This is number 1. This is number 1. I use the small intestine, 三焦, and large intestine. So that can balance whole ankle. And also, Master Dong's point, 小节穴, really good for the ankle. I'm hoping that all of you trying this point, okay, all the way into like this directions, and try it to see how the result is. I am really blown away with that point that called 小节穴, and really good for not only just acute ankle problems, also the chronic. Of course, Linda, my patient, I asked her to come back on Friday, and today I'm going to see her again. We'll see what happened, and I'm going to make some video for you. All right. Thank you so much for watching. This is Dr. Eileen Yuling Han, the founder of the Academy of Acupuncture. If you're interested about knowing what is the balance method, please go on to my website. Go on to check out my module 1 courses that you'll be able to treat the ankle problems, any problem with the forelimbs. The first module 1 will definitely help you to help your patient with all this pain and aches and instant results. 立竿见影. I will see you soon. Thank you. Bye-bye.